I stand before you with my heart in my hand. I want you to read it, mama, hoping that you'll understand. Well, baby, mama, please don't dog me around. I'd rather love you, baby.
Good morning, this is Jacob Hiller with the Alberta Monetary Authority. Yeah, I've been really having a hard time. I really made some awesome podcasts for you guys, 2 of them as a matter of fact, and seems like they're not recording, but I got the little recording light there, so that looks good. Makes me excited. So, I've been really thinking about good things. We are living in very exciting times. I'm very excited about what's happening in the country of known as Canada today. People are waking up. Yeah, everybody's got a different path, but everybody's also has different information. I myself have been doing this with the Alberta Monetary Authority for going on 13 years. I would say that I am an old-fashioned social creditor. Back in the old days, in 1935, 1936, the Albertans were discussing the very things that we are discussing today. And there were very many creative solutions afloat. And the gold bugs say, it's not gold backed, or they say, social credit is, it's a true bill. Well, to rebut all that, it's not gold backed, but who has the gold? Bankers across the ocean have all the gold. You don't have gold, I don't have gold. So how are we supposed to back our own labor, our own currencies with gold if we don't own any gold? I would prefer to say that it's best to back your currency with sweat, with people's labor, with people's blood, tears, the work of our own people. And that being said, every single community has different needs. Canadian dollars don't meet all of our needs. We understand the rules, we understand the game plan, but at the end of the day, that's their game plan and it's not yours. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to anybody, except for some bankers across the ocean who we diligently pay interest every single quarter. We write a big fat paycheck to these guys, and at the end of the day, Canadians have nothing and they have everything. And as things centralize and power centralize throughout the world, there's a movement amongst the people in Canada to bring about change, to regain power. And we need to centralize power within ourselves, decentralizing power from the greats. And one way that we all centralize power is Canadian dollars. I myself am driving down the road so that I can go and get some more Canadian dollars. Because I need Canadian dollars. My landlords, my liege lords, they don't accept local indigenous currencies yet. But that brings me about, we have 2 really good newses. There's now 2 local indigenous currencies within Alberta. Show your support. Get out and figure them out. Every single one meets different needs for different people. There's the local indigenous currency that's called the Made Beaver, established in 1820. Basically, it originally was a beaver pelt. Some man went out in the bush, sweat hard. He deployed all of his traps and all of his snares and all of his wits, and he braved cold weather, walking through cold swamps to get. I know what it is to get a beaver pelt. I've actually never done it, but I can tell you that it's not a picnic. And then they would bring that to the company, and the company would issue them a token. And that's exactly what we're doing today. You bring us your labor, you bring us your sweat, you sweat for our community, and you can prove it. We will pay you 25 Made Beaver per hour. Then there's the local indigenous Neweo Buffalo is another currency that is arising among us. The details are not yet released, but I am excited to be involved in the consultation of that. I've also been invited to consult with another indigenous association. They also have need of their own indigenous currency, and we will also support that. because every single local and indigenous currency that comes to the market decentralizes power. And when we put our sweat and we put our equity into those currencies, we create a new system that is beneficial to us and is not owned by some bankers across the ocean, plus interest that nobody else can scientifically ever repay the debt for Canadian dollars. So the law is, good money drives out bad. You need to stop supporting the interest-bearing fiat currency. We need to stop voting. We need to stop using that. Every single time you use it, right now, I am going to get Canadian dollars. I admit that. But are there things that I can acquire and enrich my life with that are made from our own artisans, our own hand, our own sweat, our own equities, our own talents, our own abilities? Are there people out there that can supply my needs? I need cream. Does anybody out there have a cow? Will anybody accept my made beaver for my equity, for the work that I have done to bring this about? I need cream. I need a haircut. Is there anyone out there that will accept the Neweo buffalo to further bring value to our economies? You may be only one man or one woman, but you have skills and ability to bring to bear to our people. And the one big debate is, well, who is indigenous? Well, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if your face is on a card or your name's in a registry in the government of Canada. That doesn't make you indigenous. It doesn't make you indigenous when you bear a white card with your face on it and your name. Do you have an Indian number? To me, that simply doesn't mean it. If you if you got land with script, or you got the $160 as a Métis way back in the day, that doesn't make you indigenous either. It doesn't make you indigenous when you accept handouts from the government. That's not indigenous. We were industrious people. We hunted and we provided for our families. We harvested everything and made a good life for our families. Nobody was homeless, and everybody had a place within our societies. This is not what Canada brings. So we need to get mad. We need to stop supporting the system. We need to stop spending Canadian dollars willy-nilly. You got to think about this. Wake up. I mean, there's systems available, and all you got to do is plug yourself in, learn how it works. Everyone is going to be different, but quit being so lazy. Get off your ass and just start learning. Stop complaining. Stop talking about Canada this, and they got more money than me, and they get housing and this and that. Just do it yourself. Every handout that the government gives is just simply another string attached, and another way they can get us to fight amongst each other. Stop fighting. Start accepting local indigenous currency. That's what makes you indigenous. That's what makes you human. That's what brings you your power from supporting them to supporting us. You should never ever be talking bad about, this Métis organization or that Indian organization or the Iqaluit people's organizations. No, we need to support them. I went to Iqaluit and I told them up there when I was in Iqaluit, I said, it said in the newspaper, oh, we have to accept a bad deal. And I was screaming at the elders. I said, no, don't accept any deal. No bad deal. We want only good deals, because we're the ones with all the assets. We have everything at the table. They have nothing to bring to the table. And the sooner that we realize that, the sooner we can prosper. There is an age of prosperity coming amongst us. A lot of people believe that it's not money, but you can't exist. You cannot live a high standard of living without money. Oh, well, what about barter? Everybody asks me. Yeah, what about barter? How's that working? Every single barter organization that I've ever seen fails. And why is that? Because there's imbalances of trade. You like my sandwiches, I hate your potatoes. I don't want your potatoes, but you want my sandwiches. How are you going to get those sandwiches? You need a local indigenous currency. that we both value, because I'm not going to go and get your potatoes. You know, I'm never going to have them. So how about you sell the potatoes to somebody that likes them and for a local indigenous currency, and then you can come and get all the sandwiches from me that you want, because I love local indigenous currency. So that's the solution. We need to stop, you know, begging for government agents to save us from, you know, the great COVID and the this and that, whatever narrative they whip up. You know, seems like every week there's a new one now, and you know, we need to make a new local indigenous currency every week. Can you imagine if the government had to contend with 300 local indigenous currencies that every single one represented a different thing, had different values, had different superpowers, certain weaknesses? What if people just started rejecting Canadian dollars and only accepting local indigenous currencies? What kind of position would that put us in then? Who cares about voting? You don't even use Canadian dollars, so, you know, who's indigenous now? I love you all. I'm just bringing these ideas to the front. This conversation is just simply made to get you to think outside of that box. Think outside of the CBC box. They're not trying to, you know, get you to think critically. They just want you to spout whatever they say, and whatever they say is true, and whatever, you know, what anybody else says is a scam. Well, no. If it's a scam, it's a scam, and if it's not a scam, it's not a scam. Until you can prove something is a scam, you don't know. And I can, in fact, prove that the Canadian dollars are, in fact, a scam. I'd love to sit with anybody and show them that. I mean, all you have to do is look up Comer. Comer sued Canadians on economic reform, sued the Canadian government for printing money, or for not printing money, borrowing money from bankers across the ocean and paying interest. That's a crime instituted against your family. Anyways, this is Jacob Hiller, signing out.